Alright lads, what's the bullseye? It's your boy Type, welcome back. Storm Maiden's been hitting my area for the last weekend, so if there's any bizarre background noises or anything like that there that you hear, that is probably what it is. I'm not sitting exactly in my house right now with more insulated walls to block out all that kind of stuff, but I'm not going to be able to filter it out. I mean, maybe the music will, hopefully it does. If it does, that'd be great. But yeah, season reset just hit, and season 30 now. The Hall of Champions condition is to play more games. It doesn't even matter how good or bad you are. I mean, I suppose you can't be finishing with 50 rings, but you can get 100 rings, no bother. Just use something that you have max rings on. But anyways, I don't care about Hall of Champions. It doesn't reflect anything. It's just people with a lot of time on their hands. I mean, there are some people that I know that are probably going to hit Hall of Champions, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like, it's fair enough. It's a good flex, I guess. But I don't know, to me, Hall of Fame was the real flex. It was the true achievement for Speed Battle, or maybe 7k. But yeah, that's 7 months now that I got 7k. Pretty happy with that. It was a bit more difficult this season. Like I didn't even get to try for 7.1, failed miserably, and just recovered. You know, you got Sonic Style on his 2 or 3 accounts. You got SSD people teaming with each other people helping others. It's just really weird, the game, how it's played out nowadays. It's just people making clans like VIP and SST merge to make STD. I mean, STV, I don't care what it stands for. I don't want to know what it stands for. But you can go and have a bigger sausage party now. Hopefully it helps you out, and you can more and more of you can count to 3 at once, and maybe you can all find several of each other in your games, and you can climb that way. Because there are not that many people at that kind of level. Whenever you're racing, you're always racing the same people. But I'm going to get into that today, because without further ado, I'm going to get into advice on climbing and climbing trophies, because it's definitely something that some people have trouble with. And you know, someone will get on the game and they'll lose like 60 trophies in 5 minutes, and they're sitting there hating themselves and trying to wonder like, what the fuck just happened, how did that happen? So yeah, let's get into it, man. My first tip for climbing trophies is definitely finding a pace that's right for you, because I've seen a lot of people and they will go really ham from the outset of a season and then choke later on because they're just so drained out and they've spent so much time trying to push. And yeah, it sucks for them, and I feel bad seeing that, because I used to do that all the time myself. But there is a pace that you can find, and you can take days off and just not play and only do your dailies every now and then. Like, you don't have to always be playing constantly to climb trophies. Like, it's all about who you're getting, and if you're doing it at a regular pace, you won't always be getting the tryhards that are trying to push the trophies. Like, if you're trying to climb and people like me or Sawyer or Satch or Black Husk or Garbage is on, like, you're going to have so much trouble trying to beat all those people, like, consecutively as well. And most of the time you might end up getting 4th, which is just even worse again, because you don't even get rewarded for anything. You're probably going to get a fat -18 or something. So yeah, pace is definitely key. Like, there's a lot of people at tier 9 now already, and a lot of their trophies are just going to get nabbed off them whenever all the 15s get on and they get their tier 9s. So pace is definitely something. Like, you don't want to be pushing so high up into the 6Ks and messing up then later on. And yeah, it's all about pace. Like, some people can just rush it, but one day you'll get to that point where you can streak like that. So yeah, that's my first tip on getting trophies, really. Second tip is definitely with players. Like I said in the previous point, it's about who you're getting, and if you're watching the leaderboard every time it refreshes after every game, you can actually kind of see who's on and who's not. And with that, you can actually like avoid particular people. Like, so whenever I just can't be fucked seeing Sonic Style in my games, I'll just wait for the refresh a couple times, and if he's not playing, like his trophies aren't changing, I'm just gonna get on the game. Or like, say if one of my mates like Garbage or Sawyer are on, I don't want to be gatekeeping them really and truly, so I'll just wait for them to play, and then whenever the trophies stop changing, I'll go on. So that's kind of how I'd work it. Like, if there's someone that you just hate racing against, like, there's a lot of those fucking plebs that whenever you see them in the game, you're just like, you fucking wanker. Like, you just fucking hate them. Like, you can just dodge those people, man. Like, all you have to do is wait. It's simple as that. I know it's very hard to do so. Like, you just want to get those trophies then and now, or if you lost, you want to recover now. But if you just waited like a minute, that dude's probably going to find a game, and then you can press play no bother, and you won't get him. So people like Protomize as well, I know a lot of people would try to dodge him because all he does is hunt people in 4th and doesn't care, because he apparently plays at work, but I didn't know work lasted about 13 hours. But anyways, that's definitely something that people need to take into account whenever they're wanting to climb trophies, so I hope that tip is helpful for you. Third bit of advice would definitely be your character rotation. So I don't know if you do this, but I know a lot of people will just stick to one character, as myself does. I just stick to Reaper for the most part, but that's only because I just know how to play Reaper, and if I were to switch to someone else, I'm not going to be exactly as consistent as I am with Reaper, so I just stick to him because I just know I know Scythe inside out, and I know how to place my tombstone, so yeah. But I would use other characters like Spring Cream or Chaos or Metal if need be, like, because I need to switch it up in some way if I'm just repeatedly losing. But yeah, character rotation's important. Don't be sitting using the one character, and definitely be taking into account the levels of your items. Don't be just using something because you think it's cool. Like, if you're going to climb trophies, you're going to have to throw your preferences out the window, because there are people that are playing Knuckles and Classic Sonic, and I'm telling you, half of them weren't even born whenever these characters, I mean, I wasn't either, like, but the point is, these kids barely know what Classic Sonic is. They just play Sonic Boom and Sonic Forces and Speed Battle, I guess. But yeah, they just play all these OP characters to climb because that's all they can do. Like, if you remember whenever Classic Sonic had a rolling bug, the amount of people using him was mental. Like, I was using him at a point just to prove the point, because he is so good whenever you're able to pick up every item box in sight. So yeah, characters that are meta, man, keep them in mind whenever you're trying to climb. Like, don't be using Takao, please, though. It's like, she's just fucking cheap as Mr. Krabs, man. So yeah, characters, that's another tip to bear in mind. So the next tip would probably be knowing your tracks, man. So the track rotation is pretty small, and at this point, if you don't know every track in the game, then you need to get them into your head. You need to learn what lanes to be taken and what routes are best, and how to be picking up items and dash pads in particular sections, or getting to the triple dash panels in those triple dash panel sections on those respective tracks. These small little things will help you so much whenever you're actually in games, because say if you're able to hit two badniks that were placed right beside each other, that's 10 rings and you're going to get a big speed boost off that. Or if you were really used to getting two items right beside each other, or there is a dash pad there with a hard to get item right beside it, if you're able to master these little things, then you're able to consistently be equipped to deal with anyone that comes at you, and you can also keep your lead as well. Because I know myself, if you watch my videos, I do miss a lot of stuff, and everyone does mess up at some point, so it's hard to get it completely perfect. But someone like Ghost used to be unbelievable at just flawlessly doing all these amazing moves, man. Shan's also one of those players that you should definitely consider watching, because she's done some really cool, like, double badniks or like double items in some sections that I've never even thought you could get two items. So yeah, that's something else to keep in mind: track knowledge and just being skilled enough to do a lot of the tougher moves that some of these tracks require. And lastly, man, my last tip would be patience, because if you're getting fourths over and over, man, you need to take a step back and think, is it time to take a break? Because if you just keep playing, you're just going to keep losing. At the end of the day, it's you that presses the run button, so if you're able to prevent yourself from doing that, you can't win or you lose. So yeah, if you don't want to tank, just kind of like take a break or walk away from it if you're getting a bad loss, or you get two bad losses. Like, I know it's hard to do, man, and I've made that mistake so many times. I've even missed a Hall of Fame once as a result of it. So if you're playing and it's going good for you and you end up getting fucked, then take a break for a bit, for 20 minutes, maybe an hour, like, to just do something else, because whenever you come back, you're going to be in a much better mood. You won't be pissed off, and you'll hopefully not get those players that messed you up, like one of those tips I mentioned earlier. So yeah, hope a few of these tips could help you in climbing, because I'm not going to give you every single secret in the world. There's so much stuff out in this game that you can learn. Skill ceiling's not insane, but there are a lot of little niche things there that a lot of experienced players know, and it's very important. So I hope these tips help you out, and I wish you the best of luck this season. Hope anyone can get their goals, or if you're going for the Hall of Champions, I hope you can place, because, you know, despite me not caring about it, if one of you are going to go for it, I'm going to obviously give you my best wishes. So thanks for watching the video. It's been your boy Typh. I'm going to head off. Peace.